It's another shave with Viking Revolution Spiced Vanilla shaving cream. Is it going to make the same kind of lather? Is it going to be a little different this time around? We're going to do a lather. We're going to have a shave. We're going to find out coming up next. Hi, YouTubers and mud shavers everywhere. It's Mark with GeorgeTune.com. I'm back with another video. Let's get right to it. We're going to have another shave with Viking Revolution Spiced Vanilla Shaving Cream right here. Last time out, it made a foamy, thin, yet highly slick kind of a lather. And we're going to change things up a little bit. We're going to use the Vanilla Honeycomb shaving bowl to see if that will help whip up a creamier, more dense lather. At least we're going to try. This very kindly and generously came from Alex Lopez. Alex, thank you again very, very much. I'm going to dump out as much water as I can because I don't want to have a lot of water in there. We're also going to use the spalted maple shaving brush. A big, big thank you again to David Lair and Indie Brushworks for very kindly gifting this to the channel. David, thank you very, very much. So that's what we're going to use. And we're also going to use my Game Changer razor right here. Yeah, with the 0.68 blade gap in there. I believe that's what that has. And we're installing a feather razor blade. Aha! How about that? Yeah, has a little more growl, but the Game Changer should be on the mild side for me. That sort of thing. So let's get right to it. Let's take this lid off and the inner lid. We're going to remove that. And there it is right there. We're going to get our soap spoon. And I'm going to use the bulbous end right there. We're just going to dip that in there like that and just pick out some shaving cream like that. I'm going to get a generous amount this time, right there like that. And we're just going to scrape that right into the bowl like that. Come on, get in there. All right. I'll put that in there like that. Okay, that looks like it's going to be enough. All right. Again, this has more of a coconut type of scent to me. I don't know why. It is coconut. Maybe that's what spiced vanilla is. I don't know. But looks like I have enough there. Okay, and we're going to take whatever remnant I have here on my fingers. We're going to just run that brush knot in there in the water a little bit because I don't want overly damp. I don't want to introduce a lot of water. And that's why I'm using this, because I won't soak this brush handle, not at all. I just will get the knot a little damp. So we've got that in there like that. And rinse that off. Okay. All right, so let me put the lid back on because I don't want to splash water into the tub. Okay, so it's back together. And that's what I have there. I got a little bit of water in the bottom there. All right, just a little bit. Let me just see if I can. Yeah, I'm going to dump. Oops. Shoot. Start over. I didn't want the water in there. I ended up. Okay, one more time. Okay. All right, there we go. About that much there. That's a lot there, okay? And look what I have in there. I don't have much in there now because I wanted to get rid of that excess water. Okay, so that's what we're going to put in there. All right. Okay. That's okay. Maybe a little more is what we need here, okay? All right, I think that's got it. I'm just going to scrape that off. Okay, so I got a healthy amount of shaving cream in the bowl now. Okay, let me show you that. Okay, now I won't dump that out. All right, I'm not gonna get rid of excess water. I got a little bit here. I'm gonna rub that back into the knot. All right, rinse that off. I got a little bit in the sink here, but we're not gonna worry about that. We'll drain the sink if we have to. And I'm going to put the lid back on. I think first time I've ever done that. All right, now, it's not an overly damp knot. It's rather dry. And we're going to go ahead and see what kind of lather we get. This is going to work out anyhow because this is, I wanted to go with a drier brush and not a lot of water to see what kind of lather I get. And I'm getting a similar result here. I'm not really getting a dense lather. This is kind of this is not. See how it's not light and creamy and and that sort of thing. I'm going to add a little bit of water. See that? It's not really, I don't think that's going to work. Let me just dip a little bit of water there and see what we get. All right? Okay? All right. Okay, so there's not a lot of water there. And this looks like this is really more along the lines right there, okay? See that? That's really more along the lines of what we're shooting at here. At least that's what I'm thinking here, okay? We'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna try this consistency here, all right? Just a little bit of water. That's all I wanted. Maybe just a little more. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Some of you might be saying, no, don't. Okay, I think that's got it. All right, here we go. Okay, let's see if that works. That looks like a boom lather. We'll see. Now, I've already done my pre-shave with the Tube 2.0, and I don't have any excess water remaining on my face. We're just going to go ahead and paint this on, and that is kind of a caked on kind of a consistency, to be honest with you. It feels good. I got 1 day's worth of beard growth, and not too bad. You know what? This is not. I don't think this is what I'm aiming for, really, to be perfectly honest with you. I think it should be. I think it should be on the foamy side, but we'll give this a try. You know what? We'll give this a try and see if this works. Okay? We'll give this a try. That's definitely a thicker layer. And I'm not using that much water with it. Okay? So, and plus, I think the lathering bowl helped build that lather a little more quickly. Okay, so let's see. Now, let me just dip this in and just introduce a little bit of water with that, like that. See how that works? A little more. See if that works. Okay. That's what I got there. So I'm using very little water. Now, we're going to let that, I want to drain the sink there and get that remaining shaving cream that was in the sink and in the water down the drain. And we're going to use, again, a feather blade. Here it is right here. And let me take apart my game changer. And the reason why we're doing this exercise is to see how stable this remains, how stable this lather remains. Now, the game changer is a little different from other three-piece razors in that the posts, so to speak, are on the base plate. Can you see that? The posts are on the base plate there. And the holes are in the top of the cap. Okay, like that. All right? So it's a little different. So I've got to lay this blade on the base plate, and then I got to put the cap on top of that. So it's kind of backwards. So there it is there like that. Okay, there it is like that. Okay, and then I have to lay the cap, put the cap on there like that. Okay, so now it's lined up. And now I'm using my left hand to put on the handle. Okay, and that lines up nicely. Now let's flip it around. All right, so balance and alignment, very, very good. End tabs are enclosed in the razor head. So let's go ahead and heat this up under some hot water. It looks like it's holding up a little bit. I see a little bit of breakdown right here. You can see some bubbles right there. Okay, some bubbles right here. So you know what? This is going to dissipate. It's going to be, it's a foamy kind of lather. That's what it comes down to. And I suspect when I do my rinse after this first pass, we're going to get some more water introduced, and that next lathering pass is going to be thinner and foamy, but it might be very, very slick. So let's see how slick this is. Feels nice on the skin. Again, 1 day's worth of beard growth. All right, here we go. 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do all the work, gentlemen. A lot of nice slickness. I got to tell you, a lot of nice slickness. Yeah, that's what this is. You're not going to get a big Santa beard. You can see how it's breaking down already. But that means that the slickness is emerging. That's what I've always taken it to mean. Wow, a lot of slickness. A lot of slickness. All right. First pass done. Let's rinse. Nice first pass. I would say I'm approaching socially acceptable shave territory. Might not be right there, but I'm getting real close. I've got some stubble here and here along the jawline. But now that I've got some extra water on my face, I'm going to agitate this a little more. And we'll see how that, yeah, you can see how that water just engages with that. And it makes it a little thinner. Yeah, this is yeah, I can tell again. It doesn't matter if you use a little less water or a little more shaving cream. The end result is going to be a light, thin, foamy kind of a lather. It's not going to be, no matter what you do, hard water, soft water, because I have city water here. You've seen the lathers that I've created with other traditional shaving soaps, shaving creams made by artisans and other large brands. I get these nice, big, rich, full Santa beards. This is not that. This is not that. But in all honesty, this is, if you back off a little bit on the water, you'll get I would say maybe a little thicker coat, so to speak, but it's not going to be Santa beard. It's going to be thin and slick, and it's going to dissipate to reveal a little more slickness. That's the way I've always interpreted it. So that's just my interpretation of it, my experience with it. All right, we're going to go with pass number 2. We're going to go east to west across the grain. That did a nice job. That did a nice job there. I can tell you this, no tugging, no pulling at all. No tugging, no pulling, no dragging, nothing. Very, very slick, very slick. And this game changer razor with that bomb tip handle right there. Fantastic. Fantastic handle for this razor head. Again, a lot of great slickness, and boy, oh boy, it did a number in getting all these little bits cleaned up underneath the nostrils. Very easy to buff with it because of the slickness. Very good. All right, second pass done. Let's rinse. I would say this shave is done, and I am approaching BBS. I'm not kidding you. Very, very good. I mean, a really close shave. That's the amazing thing. All right, we're going to do our final rinse routine. Warm water rinse, cold water rinse, and then I'll see you on the other side for the album block, so hang in there with me. Wow, great, great cold water rinse. Had to do a lot of rinsing. A lot of rinsing. Really, a lot of slickness. Clean, fresh towel waiting for me right here. Nice shave. I got to be honest with you. That's a nice shave. You're just not getting a really big, thick, creamy, yogurty, dense, full-bodied Santa beard kind of lather. You're getting light, thin, foamy, very, very slick. That's what you're getting. But that was nice. All right, here is the alum block. This is the Somata alum block from Team Somata. My thanks to them for very kindly sending this along to the channel, allowing me to share with all the viewers. Great price point, nice size, a lot of real estate. You'll get a lot of nice coverage with this one. We're going to run under some cold. We're going to run it under some cold water and see what kind of feedback we get. All right, here we go. I will say this: after this shave cream, after my shave, I find myself having to wet this alum block 2 and 3 times. I don't know what it is. Post-shave feel is very nice. Okay, there we go. That's better. Maybe I didn't hit it with enough water. I don't know. Maybe there is something to how it leaves the skin in its post-shave state, which requires a little more water for the alum block. I don't know, but here's the takeaway: no stinging, no zinging at all. Nothing. Really, really nice. That was very, very smooth. A little bit of bracing there, like that a lot, but yeah, no stinging, no zinging. 1 day worth of beard growth. 1 day's worth of beard growth, and boy, made quick work of it. There's the case. There's the alum block. We'll let that dry out the rest of the way like that. Now let's take a look at this lather here, because this lather, again, this is, look, this is going to be light and foamy. I can tell you right now, I'll add a little bit of water to the brush here, okay, and then this will bring it back to its proper state, to be honest with you. Okay, something like this, okay, a little bit of water added, okay, there it is there, okay, but this is going to break down. This is going to paint on thin and slick. That's the thing. This is not going to be a thing. It looks kind of thin, it looks kind of yogurty and creamy right here, but it's going to break down and it's going to dissipate a little bit, but there's going to be a lot of slickness there. And if I add just a little more water, you can see how much it's generating here, but again, that's going to amount to a really nice thin layer that is really, really very, very slick. It offers a lot of protection. It really does. I'm surprised by that. But there's not going to be any cushion there. You're not going to have a lot of body or density. You're not going to have that creamy yogurty feel. This felt nice on the skin, and you can see how it's kind of breaking down already. I don't know if you can see those little bubbles in there. It's just breaking. See that right there? I don't know if you can see that. All right. And you can see right here how it's breaking down a little bit inside there. Little bubbles are forming. Yeah, that's the shaving cream becoming thin. And it doesn't matter if you use less water. It's still gonna break down. The final result is going to be like this, and you can kind of see that. I painted it on a little thicker, but as soon as you add a little more water, it just reverts back to its natural state, which is thin and slick. All right, that's kind of what we're looking at here. So yeah, you can see how it's breaking down. And again, not a bad thing. I got a great shave with it. I really enjoyed working with this. It's a nice change of pace. And look, no nicks, no cuts, no irritation. I got a nice shave with it. And to be honest with you, I think I'm approaching BBS. I really am. I think I could have done a third pass very comfortably. And really, the razor and the blade were marvelous. Again, no dragging, no pulling, no tugging, nothing. We're going to use Nivea Men Deep Comforting Aftershave. This is vanilla bourbon right here. And we're going to use this right now. And I think this is more of a vanilla scent here, to be honest with you, than the spiced vanilla. The spiced vanilla, again, it impresses me as coconut. Okay, we're going to use the Jimmy V method. We're going to let that alcohol evaporate a little bit and then slap on that with the good stuff. There it is, right there. Great, great shave. And just feeling my jawline, I'm at upper darn fine shave. Upper darn fine shave. And I am approaching BBS. A third pass probably would have assured BBS. Don't try to find the BBS. Let the BBS find you. But I would say that this was a nice shave. It removed my whisker. I didn't have any nicks or cuts. No dragging. I didn't catch anywhere on the skin. A lot of glide, a lot of slickness, and it was very comfortable. And I think the key here is to use a mild razor. The game changer for me is mild, and even with a feather blade, nice and mild, with some nice efficiency from the feather blade. But again, nothing overly aggressive. Anything that's above that, like getting into maybe 0.84 blade gap, something above that, I think that's not going to be the kind of razor for me with this shaving cream. It's just a hunch on my part. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should try a more aggressive razor with it. But right now, I prefer mild razors. And for me, a nice mild razor with this shaving cream gives me a nice shave. Now, again, I have to give you some qualifiers here. This is not going to be in everyone's wheelhouse. I realize that. And I'm not just going to say, well, it's terrible. I don't like it. I liked it. I like it. It's not the standard, conventional, rich, creamy, yogurty, full-bodied, dense, Santa beard kind of lather. It's not. It's thin. It's slick. It has a lot of glide and a lot of slickness. That's what this is. And you may prefer that. There are some out there who will not like this. I will absolutely agree with that there are some out there that will not like this because they prefer a more traditional kind of lather. And this is not what they would prefer. And that's the thing. I think they have to, I have to check their product page, but I think they have to actually put that in the description of this particular shaving cream that, hey, it's not going to be a full-bodied lather like the sandalwood shaving cream that they sell. It's going to be thin and slick, and it's going to dissipate. It's going to be foamy. You're going to see bubbles, but it's going to be very, very slick and offer a lot of glide. So that's kind of where this is here. So, more cream, less water, doesn't matter. It's going to be a thin, foamy, very slick kind of lather offering a lot of glide. So that's it right there. Viking Revolution Spiced Vanilla Shaving Cream, which impresses me more as a coconut scent. I don't know why. A big thank you to David Dart for introducing everyone on the channel to this. It's led to a great discussion, and I'm glad I picked it up, and I'm glad I was able to share it with you today. All right, that's it. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/MarkZerady, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review in this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Let me get my razor. There it is right here. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you again real soon.